What's going on, everybody, and Happy New Year! I hope everybody had a great New Year and got their New Year kisses that they wanted this year. We got ourselves a bag over the New Year weekend, which I like to call my New Year's kiss, and that's what a profit is called in the Mavericks community. So great way to start the new year. Today, I'm going to lead everybody off with the weekly watch list and the stocks that I am watching to get us started for 2026 trading and to start the first week officially of trading. So I always like to say this watch list is a watch list. I'd say it's a newspaper that you can actually make money from. You know, when I was younger, I was always trying to find places to make money with my money. And when you don't have a lot of money, that's usually harder to do. I'd always read in the newspaper, and then I kind of got to CNBC, and both those places didn't really lead me in the right direction. So maybe this can be a newspaper for all of you guys that could possibly make you money. So that's how I like to treat it. Don't just go buy all these stocks, but be prepared if they create the opportunity I'm going to talk about today. So we're going to go over sectors, listed stocks, options, and OTCs. So this is for all types of traders out there. And when I do bring up the trade, what I'm going to do is I'm going to say the stock first, and then I'm going to say the pattern next. So stock first, pattern next. Alright? So let's dive on in. It is a new year, and the new year started off crazy. We had, over the weekend, the Venezuela leader got taken over and taken into custody. He's in New York right now. And that caused a spike in oil stocks. It caused controversy everywhere. I mean, people are happy, some people are upset. I'm not really here to talk about that. I'm here to show you how to take advantage of a current event that causes volume in the stock market. And that is called sector momentum. And right now, the oil stocks is the sector we're going to talk about to lead off this week. So there's my list of oil stocks. There's one stock I do like to look at, and that's USO. USO usually leads the way when it comes to oil. And right now it had a gap up, but nothing really too special. You could see last year it was up way higher, so we've had huge runs in USO. We'll see if that gets anything. If USO does start to go, we'll start to watch all these other plays. But if USO doesn't go, that doesn't mean these other stocks won't go either. There's a good chance that maybe news can happen. We saw what happened with cannabis when they descheduled a couple weeks ago and the cannabis stock spiked. So news can cause a lot. So keep an eye on these stocks now if news happens, or if one of these spike, usually the other ones will follow. So these are the lists that I like. TPET for an oil stock. You can see it spiked to $1 earlier, and now it's kind of holding the 78 cents. It's trying to pop. We have actually HUSA. I don't like that one. Sorry, let me take that one off. Doesn't even trade. Alright. Indo, which came back down as well. Smaller spike. 9 had a decent spike here and is holding 38 cents. And then you have USEG that spiked above $1 and it's holding that key $1 spot. And the last two are OTC stocks, which I love. Znog. I think Znog's going to be a good one to watch this week. It's coming down right now, but I got my alerts. 25 cents is the big spot. If it breaks 25, I think that's where it'll be able to go. So keep an eye there. And then the last one's really light volume. So unless this one gets any type of news, I'm not really going to touch it. But this is the old CEI that turned into an OTC stock. Now getting into listed stocks, we'll move into a new category. Those are sectors, and sectors usually where I make most of my money. But right now, it's a new year, so we'll see what this year leads to. I just picked oil because what happened over the weekend. Not saying that that's going to be the big sector this year. I'll do a separate watch list or a separate video on all the sectors that I think are going to be hot this year. I think it's the year of the robot, and that's why the first stock on my watch list is a robotic stock, and that is EXO. It got a huge spike from $5 to $12, so 100% spike 2 days ago or 3 days ago, or 3 market days ago. And then it kind of settled. And over the weekend, it actually held its lows, and now it's trying to bounce. I don't love that the volume didn't come in. If volume was better, I'd probably be going after it. But this is not really doing what I like to do because the volume didn't come in. but still a decent watcher. UAVS already took off, so already made the morning momentum move. This watch list that you guys are getting on YouTube is actually released later on. I actually released this watch list to my community on Sunday. So if you are interested in having this watch list right away, come join us in the Simpler Trading Room. That's what this is right here. Under Stock Mavericks. There's actually a $7 monthly trial if you want to go check me out there. Other watchers that we have, this EV stock that's been in the mud for a while, BLNK. I think it's a decent one to watch to possibly make a next leg up. It's coming down from $3 and it came all the way down to 60 cents. Pretty crazy run there. Or 260, sorry. We got Hub C. The reason why I put Hub C is because we started this week with some huge runners in drone stocks. PRZO was one of them. UAVS is another one. And then we took one over the weekend, DFLI, which great work for anyone that was in the Maverick community that took DFLI over the weekend. That's exactly how you do it. First green day to second. Great work there. But now I'm seeing if Hub C can start up. So we'll see what can happen there. Maybe, maybe not. I'll be keeping my eyes on it. The next one is another, honestly, in my opinion, really crappy stock. And if it cracks below 17, I don't like it. But the fact it's holding 17, that's the gap down. So that's the one spot I'd say it keeps it alive. If not, I'm not really going to watch that one anymore. Wrecker's a robotic stock. I think that can create a first green day, but I just said it's the year of the robot. So keep an eye, if anything, on this stock to turn back around sooner than later. But Wrecker, I feel like looks like a good first green day candidate. QSI is another one that is in the mud, but bouncing off of a dollar spot. And it's a quantum stock. We got a couple quantum runners to start the week. So I got BTQI and QSI as my two possible first green day to second green day plays here. And that's all I'm looking for. I'm not saying they're going to go back to $16. Not saying they're going to go back to $9. We're just trying to make that 15-20% daily and move on to the next. And then the next one, SOPA. If it can keep holding this $3 spot or $2.80, I know shorts are going to be scared. So that's a pretty big spot there. And the last listed one is a first red day. And this stock has ran from 125 to 490. We had this stock as a breakout on the watch list all the way back here. But the fact that it's broken out now from 250 to 490 just makes me want to think we got to short it. So it looks like it wants to break one more day. So I'm not going to short it today. But if tomorrow on Tuesday it gets another gap up and pushes, I think I'm going to have to try SLS. Alright, now we'll close out this list with options and OTCs. Options, first one, my favorite one, Tesla for a first bounce green day. It's fallen from 498 to 435. 435 was this nice little range it's been in. So, good bounce. I'm not going to lie, I kind of missed that one on Friday. Celsius, if it can get back above 50 to start to fill the gap down. So those are the two options I like. Not a big option player, but I'll still definitely play the opportunity. QNCCF, as we move into OTCs, I'm going to go quickly over these. QNCCF for a breakout, 52-week breakout, but it needs volume. Same thing with this, both the same pattern. HGRAF is a multi-month breakout. It's got to break 220. So all of those need volume to keep going. KRKNF, this is a robotic stock, so year of the robot, but KRKNF looks good. Great one to watch for a possible breakout. ZNOGger, we talked about oil stocks. I brought ZNOG up earlier. It's an OTC. NPPTF's a Bitcoin stock. Very light volume though. And then the next three are silver stocks. Silver is still pushing. SLV is the silver ETF I like to watch. And gold is also creating a nice bounce. GLD. So I'm watching these three silver stocks. SLVDF, SSVFF, and today I actually like SSVFF and AGAGF. I like those two today. So if these two can hold, I like these for possible first green days here in follow-ups. AGAGF 66 is the breakout, so that's where you want to see it hold. If it comes back down to that spot. And then the last three OTCs are former old runners, stocks that used to run years ago, and they're trying to come back. NLST is back to $1, coming up to that 110 key level. If it breaks out of 110, that's probably when the day I'll play it, if it can hold that. Charlotte's Web is the only cannabis one I put on there. Cannabis stocks died after that deschedule news, but this cannabis stock held up, and it's because they're actually a CBD company, and they're a CBD company that is exactly what Trump is trying to declassify cannabis for. So he could maybe use CBD for Medicare and Medicaid. If you zoom back in CWBHF, I used to play this stock when it was like a $10 stock years ago. Now it's all the way down here. If it holds long enough, we'll see if it can break out. And then last but certainly not least is good old Nuvo, looking for the breakout above 28 cents. And that is how we're going to close out our first official weekly watch list of 2026. Be on the lookout for these videos consistently on Mondays and Tuesdays. But if you want the watch list beforehand, come join me in the simpler trading room under Stock Mavericks. Notice I didn't bring up the SPY and the QQQ because a lot of the stuff I do doesn't really get affected by the SPY and the QQQ. But if they are having good days, it usually helps. And all the markets are doing pretty well here to start off the day. Both SPY, QQQ, and Bitcoin. So nice starts across the board in the year, and nice great gap up on GPUS and DFLI over the weekend. Plus $1,500 and over 20% profit. So great work there. Let's keep adding up the bags and taking it one day, one trade at a time. Hit that subscribe button if you like videos like these, because I'll be making more every week, as well as other ones that come out on a weekly basis. Alright team, much love, stay safe. Hopefully you guys can make some money off of maybe one of these stocks. That's the goal, just to try to make money off of one of them. Have a good one. See ya.